Oh, it didn't switch on my screen over here. Oh, and now we're pixelated. Retro Thursday.
Retro Thursday, welcome.
There we are. Welcome to Gamereactor Live, everyone. In full HD now. We are going to be taking a look at Dragon Age Origins. Philip here in the studio.
Inquisition?
What did I say?
Origins.
Yeah, it's because I've been thinking about it all day,
yeah,
wondering if I played it or not.
Yeah. Now, there's a lot of Dragon Age games to keep track of, so
Yes.
but this is the latest one.
Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yeah, came out last month, or well, no, sorry, this month. We're not December quite yet. Yeah, very big title, one of the bigger ones of the year, and I myself reviewed it as well. I gave it a pretty good score. I believe I gave it a 9.
Oh.
So
I know also that Bengt Lemne on Gamereactor Sweden, he's been playing it, and it's slowly creeping up on his list of games of the year.
Yeah, so. But yeah, it's definitely one of those games that kind of, when I started it at first, like I'm a newcomer to the Dragon Age series, so at first it was kind of, I wasn't sure if it was for me, but as you play it, it kind of opens up more and more, and you start feeling the kind of, the way that every action you take kind of has consequences, and that you really feel like you're shaping this world in very different ways. So it's very, very, it's one of those games you have to give it about an hour and a half before you really start getting a hang of it. And
yeah, and I mean, you can also say that about almost any open world game. I mean, you need to kind of get into it, and then the world opens up, and
yeah. Definitely.
Right? And then you start getting into the story and the whole world of it.
Yeah, exactly. Because there is a lot of story going on, and that was also one of the tougher things for me to kind of get into. But there is a thing in place we'll get into in a little bit to kind of help newcomers as well that wasn't available when I was reviewing the game, but it's available now. Yeah,
I also, I want to touch upon that because I talked to Ricardo, the editor-in-chief of Gamereactor Portugal, and he told me that, well, if you haven't played the previous games, you might have a difficult time getting into the lore because the game assumes that you know a lot about the story. But, as you said, when you start up the game, you can go through a website.
Yeah.
Actually, I think you can...
I can show it off here, not the exact website, but I can...
game stream up.
Yeah. So, so I'm going to go into extras here, and then here there's a thing called Dragon Age Keep. And basically, it's going to show a website right here. And this is a website you can go and visit. And if you played previous Dragon Age games, you link your EA account to this website, and it'll go in and track every choice you've made and so on, and kind of upload it into this world state that you can then download into this game. So previous choices are going to carry over. However, if you haven't played the previous games, you can go in and get kind of a little flash movie that tells you the story. And throughout the telling of the story, you kind of make different choices. So it's almost as if you were playing the game, making the choices. So it's a good way of getting caught up in the story.
Playing the previous games without the gameplay.
Exactly. So you get the whole story, you get the choices, and then when you're done, you get a little overview. You can go in and switch up everything. Even if you've played it before and you're not happy with former choices, you can go in and switch those up. You can save that world state and upload it and download it onto your console or your PC version and continue from there. So, you know, choices like did you help the mages or the Templars in previous games and all.
And also, not having played the previous games, if you watch through the movie, you are up to date on the lore.
Yeah, you get a pretty good idea. It's a long movie though. I'll just fair warning. I tried going through it and I had to stop because I had other things going on at the time. So I'm definitely going to go back and kind of get some more of the story there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a pretty good idea. It's kind of what we saw as well with Mass Effect, where they kind of put in this on at least the PS3 version of Mass Effect 2, this little interactive comic. That explained the story of 1 and allowed you to make the choices there so they could carry over. Yeah. So it's kind of like the same thing here. So for newcomers, there is help on this website.
Nice. And we have the game running here on the Xbox One, and we're going to start up a new game. Yeah. Then later on in the stream, we'll switch over to the PS4 and your save and jump a little bit further into the game. Now, we're going to try to stay away from spoilers, but obviously we're playing the beginning of the game here.
So there are going to be certain spoilers?
Certain spoilers, but we're going to try to focus more on like side quests and stuff like that once we get into the game.
Exactly. So see here, now it's trying to import data from the Dragon Age Keep, and it does this automatically. It's taking a while. Yeah, okay, it kind of gave up there. But yeah, every time you start a new game, it's going to connect to Dragon Age Keep to see if there's anything. If you haven't visited the site, there's just this standard default world up there. Yeah. So here we go. We need to choose a class to begin with. So this time around, you have human, elf, dwarf, and also the Kunari, who were a big race in the previous games. I believe they did play a sort of a bad guy role, so it's kind of a big deal that you can play as them now. So I don't know, do you have any preference to what we should play as?
The thing is, I mean, you always play as a human or an elf or a dwarf or whatever, but I haven't seen a Qunari before.
All right, so let's go ahead and what are we going to do, male or female?
Let's do female.
Female.
Yeah, we need more female representation in games.
That is very true. And now we have the class, and I believe, yeah, we have all the classes available here. So there's rogue, the two types of rogue. There's dual-wield and archer. There's the warrior, there's a two-hand and the sword and shield kind, and then there's the mage.
Okay.
So
now we did just choose to be a kind of a giant.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to have like a dual-wielded weapon or.
So we should make a two-hander.
Two-handed warrior, I think would fit well with that.
Again, as long as you just choose warrior throughout the gameplay and throughout how you kind of distribute your skill points, you can also kind of go into weapon and shield. It's two different skill trees. This here just pretty much determines your starting skills.
Oh yeah, and then you can kind of diverge over.
Yeah, there's several skill trees for each class.
Okay.
Depending on how you want to play the game, which is really nice. Also, it really allows you to play the type of player you want to play.
Now, what class do you have on your character on the PS4?
Well, when I reviewed the game, I made a dual-wield rogue.
Yeah.
And currently on my PS4, which is like the main platform I'm playing on right now, I have a weapon and shield, kind of, because I wanted to go the complete opposite direction of kind of a, you know, high damage, low health, and I wanted to go the other way around, kind of more sustained damage and tank.
Yeah. Then maybe we should go for the rogue on this one, and because then we can show the
yeah,
of course. PS4.
Yeah. So should we try an archer instead of the dual wield, just to?
Yeah, let's do.
Because I haven't tried that one out either, so we can see. And this is the difficulty setting. We're just going to go right ahead and choose normal there. And here we get a little quick recap of my character's backstory, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's a lot of reading. We're just going to go ahead
followers of the strict religious philosophy of the Quinn.
Yeah.
Do you want to import again? We're
going to go ahead and say no.
Not this time.
So default world state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indian Cobran is cutting right to the chase. And asked in the chat, would you say that it is the best fantasy game on the market at the moment?
Well, that really depends on how much you kind of define at the moment as. Because I still see Dark Souls 2 as an at the moment game, which is also getting a re-release in
I still
in the spring.
boot up Skyrim every now and
then. Yeah, Skyrim, but I would say out of new releases, it's pretty much the best one I've had so far. Like actually, you mentioned Skyrim. I actually had several times while I was reviewing the game where I got the sense of Skyrim again, where you kind of feel like, oh, I can go anywhere, I can talk to these people, quests are going to pop up dynamically and everything, and it really feels like you are your character.
Perfect. Let's get some audio.
Yeah. So we just saw on the menu screen before there was a big explosion where these guards were kind of walking along. And we get thrown in right here. So we have different heads to choose from as kind of a base. We need horns, seeing as we're playing. Should we just go ahead and choose the first one here?
I think I like the number 2 better.
Like this one better?
Yeah.
I mean, we can go, because once we choose here, should we just go with the default name here?
Yeah.
Or? Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay, I might have actually been able to customize it more. I think I hit a wrong button there. Yeah. Again, it's because I'm so used to on the other consoles. So. Okay, but again, character creation, we could spend half an hour going through all that. It's all the way down to your iris, inner iris, outer iris, color, everything. Like you can really, really go into detail. So I think it's a good thing that we kind of just get into the gameplay here. Cause
reminds me of that video by The Onion. Where they're talking about character creation, where you can go in and change the DNA. And
yeah. Okay, so here we go. We're starting getting chased, and this mysterious, fiery figure is reaching out to us. We wake up, or well, we pass out.
Exalia in the chat is asking, Philip, did you review it on PC or question mark?
It was on the Xbox that I reviewed the game.
Yeah, but we're playing on a different profile here.
Yeah, we're using a new
Gamereactor Live profile, so brand new save.
And we're going to jump in. I recently purchased it for a PS4, so I could play there with some friends when it comes to online, and that's what we're going to be playing on with my new character, which is a bit further along.
So we will touch upon multiplayer a bit later on.
Yeah, towards the end of the stream, I think we should finish it off with some multiplayer. Because again, I didn't actually get to try out the multiplayer for the review, for those who read it, know. So we're going to have a look at it here.
Hate it when that happens. Oh, and Tolkien in the chat saying, didn't know about Dragon Age Keep, syncing my games right now. Well,
yeah, well,
happy to help.
Yeah, you're welcome, yeah. It is also a pretty good way of kind of having you move your save progress from one console to another or from PC to console. It kind of goes all the way.
Oh, we should turn on subtitles.
Subtitles, yeah.
But also we're being asked in the chat, of course, is the plat hard to get or not?
Oh, it's a tough one to get. It's a big game, very big game. So if you want to go through everything there, it takes a very long time. I have no expectations of being able to do it myself. Okay, so we were just told that there was a lot of people killed, there was an explosion, and I was the only survivor. So we can go with kind of, you think I did it, that's horrible, or just remain silent. Let's go with kind of the more human, or like the, despite of not being too human.
Dead? Explain.
And that's again kind of the whole thing throughout the game. You kind of make choices, kind of defining your personality and how others will perceive you.
Yeah.
What do you mean you can't? I don't know what that is.
Doesn't follow like the classic Bioware formula where you have a certain text and then when you select it, it says something slightly different but in the vein of...
Sometimes it does say exactly what is written, but let's say we're a bit confused here. We just woke up.
I don't understand.
Do you remember what happened? How this began?
I remember running. Things were chasing me, and then... a woman.
A woman?
She reached out
Again,
to
these
me.
two characters visiting us are characters from previous games, so fans of the series will recognize them for sure.
I will take her to the rift.
What did happen?
It will be easier to show you.
Oh, we look so sad.
Big vortex in the sky.
We call it the breach. It's a massive...
Being
rift
asked by
into the world
Ricardo
of
in the
beings
chat,
that
Cheer
the world's
Philip, how
largest
far would you say
is
Skyhold
now.
is into the story?
It's not the only such rift,
Um,
just the largest.
I'd say it's a
All
good
were caused by the
third into the story.
explosion of
Yeah.
I mean, it really is kind of like you think that you've played the game a lot, and then suddenly you get to this Skyhold area, which ends up being, well, I'm going to spoil a bit here, but it's in all the text and stuff, well, on the info of the game. It becomes kind of like your castle, you can customize and so on.
Yeah.
And it takes a while before you actually get there. So that's also just an example of how big this game is, like just the introductory stuff. I mean, you could probably do it a bit faster than I did if you just are very laser focused on kind of moving on and...
Yeah.
Okay, it may be the key to stopping this, but there isn't much time. So my hand crackle thing is connected to this hole, hole in the sky. So let's say we'll be helpful here.
I understand.
Then
I'll do what I can. Whatever it takes.
And again, you just noticed there it said Cassandra approves. So again, you have to kind of maintain your relationships with your followers as well, because they can get angry with you and leave you or even betray you if you're not on good terms with them, which can sometimes be tough because sometimes they have opposite kind of ideas of, you know, should you help this person or shouldn't you?
mourn our most holy, divine Justinia, head of the Chantry. The conclave was hers. It was a chance for
Indian
peace
Cobra is asking, so
between
Philip,
mages
will you
and
buy the Dark
Templars.
Souls 2 remake when that comes out, or have you had
She
enough of
brought
that
their
game?
leaders together.
I think I might.
Now they
Yeah?
are dead.
Yeah, I think so. Because I mean, I played a lot with friends. I know they're going to be playing it as well, and I'm just really hoping to be able to transfer my save. That's a big thing, and I'm really annoyed when it's not possible. So that might actually be the deciding factor. That and also Bloodborne, because it comes out 3 months after Bloodborne or a couple months later.
There will be
So
a trial.
I might just have my new
I
thing
can
there
promise no more.
and not want to jump back into the old.
It is not far.
Where are you taking me?
Yeah, I can see they're asking about story
Your mark
DLC.
must be tested on something smaller
I'm not
than
sure anything's been announced per se, but there's a season pass, and I think it's a given that there's
Yeah.
going to be more
Yeah,
DLC
it's
story.
not just going to be multiplayer stuff.
No,
and
I'm pretty sure it's
customization
gonna-
options.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just activate subtitles here.
Oh, yes.
So I think it's in display.
No, it's probably in audio.
Audio, yeah. They switch it up over time. Let's get everything in there. Yep. Okay, so we're gonna move
Open
over
the gate.
to
We
this
are heading
rift
into the valley.
to see if we can do anything about it.
Yep, let's investigate.
Let me see if I can't switch characters yet, because again, this character who's following me is one of my followers, and in the style of Dragon Age, you can actually play as every character as your follower. You can just quickly switch
Oh,
using the
okay.
D-pad. So if you actually are not happy with your character, you can play as a completely different follower the
Yeah, just
whole way
switch over
through.
to a fellow.
Yeah,
follower.
there's very few things that you have to do with your main character, but that's more like dialogue options and so on.
Yeah.
But it's also new this Cassandra character was in a previous Dragon Age game, but not as a playable or follower character, but
Okay.
more as a story character.
So now we have the chance.
Yeah. And graphically, it's a very, very pretty game. Also considering how big it is, like big open world. Oh,
As we get closer,
yeah.
The pulses are coming faster now. The larger the
just
breach
hope she's not
grows,
gonna,
the more
give birth or
we-
something.
The more demons we face.
How did I survive the blast?
They said you stepped out of a rift, then fell unconscious. They say a woman was in the rift behind you. No one knows who she was. Everything farther in the valley was laid Stay behind me!
Well, that won't help.
Bow here.
Yeah, so because we chose archer, we find a bow.
Yeah,
it would've been
exactly. And otherwise, it would be
appropriate
two
weapon.
knives or a shield and a sword.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. And you can kind of just hold in the attack button and keep attacking. I've got special attacks down in the right corner there, so I can do a bang. Nice strong one right there.
It's over.
Drop your weapon. Now!
Nah, I need this.
A demon attacked me. What was I supposed to do?
You don't need to fight.
Are you saying it won't happen again?
You're right.
Yeah, you're not getting this bow.
I cannot protect you. And I cannot expect you to be defenseless. I should remember you agreed to come willingly.
And I expect another choice in the beginning would have a different response right there if I hadn't been so ready to.
To help.
Take these potions. Maker knows what we will face.
And I got this little wheel here as well where I can take health potions and so
Where are
on.
all your
Don't need it right now.
At the forward camp or fighting.
Loot this
The-
guy.
We are on our own for now.
A lot of looting going on in this game as well. Now, I'm just going to check my inventory because this thing that I just picked up, a Vitar, is something that I've always had to kind of pass up on because if I examine it, it's, I believe they're kind of reserved for the Kunari.
Okay, and
Race.
now we are a Canary.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and put that on. I don't know. Is it? I don't know if it's even visible on the
character.
Alright.
Indian Copen is asking, how open is the world? Is it like Skyrim where you can go pretty much anywhere at any time, or do you need to follow some small roads to get to the different areas?
It's not quite as open as Skyrim, but so there are kind of like mountains around that kind of funnel you around the areas and so on. But you can pretty much run around as much as you want, and everything is split up into different areas, so you can't just run from one end of the map to the other.
So you need to finish like story missions in order to progress to another area.
Yeah, there's different ways you can kind of unlock new areas, and
But after that, can you just travel between the areas as much as you like?
yeah, at least.
And loading in between, or?
There is some loading in between, yeah. And some areas are so big that there's also a bit of a load sequence in between, kind of switching. So I just used my stealth ability there to kind of get rid of their aggro.
Little smoke bomb.
Yeah. Kind of lock onto my target here as well, making it a bit easier to keep track of which enemy I'm hitting.
From a distance.
And you're just firing it. You can't choose like try to get a headshot in, or.
No, I just kind of hold in the attack button, and then I have my special attacks down the corner, and I can unlock more by unlocking skills. That was a good attack, right?
Nice.
And again, there are things like if you attack from behind, you do more damage and so on. So there is an idea of kind of moving around a bit.
Ah! They're falling from the breach!
Where are they? There. Try and see if I can get that other guy with my special. Not a great camera angle right there. Disappear. Get this guy.
Ninja.
That's a very effective stealth that you have.
Yeah.
Especially if you upgrade it, you can pretty much jump on the head of an enemy and they won't notice you. And also they've done it so when you're in stealth, your followers will kind of hang back so they won't catch the attention, which is nice because sometimes that would make stealth completely useless if enemies could see your friends. And
Oh, you know, I just use them as bait. Oh, there's a guy behind you.
yeah, I'm just gonna take that guy out and disappear. Let's see, let her take some of the attention. Oh, let's see if I can't get it from the side. Yeah, see, she taunts it, so it's basically making sure that it focuses its attacks on her.
Yeah.
All right.
Asked in the chat, what is the toughest enemy you've encountered in this game? And then several other users answering, well, obviously dragons.
That is true. I did fight a dragon and I failed miserably because they are really tough. We're gonna see if we can find a dragon while playing here, maybe on my other character.
Yeah, when we switch over to the PS4.
Yeah, because I do know where I can find one. I just need to head to that area. So here in the beginning, the fighting isn't too exciting because I only got a couple of attacks and then just my basic attack. But as you kind of move along, it gets more and more tactical.
Yeah.
Before more come through!
This guy grabs my arm and
Slight little glitch down in the corner. But
I did nothing. The credit is yours.
let's be a little confused about that.
I closed that thing? How?
Whatever magic opened the breach in the sky also placed that mark upon your hand. I theorized the mark might be able to close the rifts that have opened in the breach's wake. And it seems I was correct.
Meaning it could also close the breach itself.
Possibly. It seems you hold the key to our salvation.
Good to know. Here I thought we'd be as deep
And
in
this is
demons
one
forever.
other character from one of the previous games.
Yeah,
Was Dragon Age 2.
I mean, I'm not very familiar with the Dragon Age universe, but this guy I know.
Yeah.
So nice crossbow.
That's nice crossbow you have there.
Isn't she? Bianca and I have been through a lot together.
You named your crossbow Bianca.
Of course. And she'll be great company in the valley.
Absolutely not. Your help is appreciated, Varric, but...
Have you been in the valley lately, Seeker? Your soldiers aren't in control anymore. You need me.
My name is Solus, if there are to be introductions. I am pleased to see you still live.
He means I kept that mark from killing you while you slept.
Thank you for that.
Then I owe you my thanks.
Thank me if we manage to close the breach without killing you in the process. Cassandra, you should know, the magic involved here is unlike any I've seen. Your prisoner is no mage. Indeed, I find it difficult to imagine any mage having such power.
Understood. We must get to the forward camp quickly.
Well... Bianca's excited.
On one hand, I kind of like that the cutscenes are in-game,
Yeah.
but on the other hand, the slight stuttering and the slight, like, uncanny valley of the characters
Yeah.
takes a little bit away from it.
Quickly.
Yeah. But again, sometimes when you have games that do kind of the cutscenes out of engine, it also becomes a bit weird.
Yeah.
Kind of that. And a game like Shadow of Mordor, I've realized they do it to kind of hide loading times, which is a clever way to do it. Problem is, the CG cutscenes sometimes are worse looking than the in-game engine.
Yeah.
Glad you brought me now, Seeker.
That's a PC Master Race problem right there.
Okay, so here we go. Here's one of the features that's also made Dragon Age very popular is the overview here.
Ah, nice.
So if you're not into the kind of action-oriented gameplay, you can kind of play it more tactically. And a new thing that they've added here as well is you can kind of hold in the right trigger. You can slowly advance time and then stop it again.
Okay.
So you can kind of see the consequences of your actions and then kind of move along.
Yeah, so it's, I mean, it's kind of in between turn-based and...
Yeah, so I'm going to make my character go over there and use stealth. And her, Cassandra, I'm going to make her taunt this guy. And my Solus character here, or my mage, he's going to go ahead and just attack normally.
Yeah.
And also basic attack. We'll focus on this one and we can kind of see it play out. Okay, so my character left stealth very quickly because it automatically just kind of continues the attack.
Yeah.
But let's just jump back into the action here. Again, I've preferred playing it kind of like this instead of micromanaging, but sometimes during boss fights and so on, it's really nice to be able to kind of pause the action and say, okay, who's doing well, who's not doing so well. You can heal up your characters, and you can kind of micromanage them a bit. Because sometimes they are better served, like the ranged characters can sometimes do more damage when they're on an elevated spot. So let's go ahead and
Yeah, you can kind of use it when you can see that the fight is not quite going your way. You can kind of tip the balance by...
Yeah, but I have friends who actually play the whole
Strategically.
game throughout, just to, like as a kind of turn-based almost.
Yeah.
So, are you innocent?
I don't remember what happened.
That'll get you every time. Should have spun a story.
That's what you would have done.
It's more believable and less prone to result in premature execution.
Let's get these guys, like the one-hit those with my attack there. So this is a greater shade, so it's a bit tougher.
Yeah.
Gonna focus some damage on this guy over here. At least I
Yeah.
can take him out
Gotta
quickly.
take out the snipers.
Yeah. There we go, now I can focus on this guy.
It's like you can dress it up in any lore you like, but you still have the basic class of enemies.
Yeah.
I hope Liliana made it through all this.
She's resourceful, Seeker.
We will see for ourselves at the forward camp. We're almost there.
We're being asked here by Indian Coburn, can you play multiplayer in this game with every player using their own custom-made character, or does someone have to be the followers? And with Bank Lamna in the chat answering, there is a co-op mode that's completely separate. That's all real time. The main game is single player only, and then it's not custom characters in co-op, but 12 different pre-made classes.
Yeah. So yeah, again, they kind of removed that from the main story completely. At first, they wanted to make it so that it was kind of like Mass Effect,
Yeah.
where your actions in multiplayer would kind of improve your actions in single player, but that was a very unpopular thing. Apparently, they found out after a couple of surveys and so on, because a lot of people felt they were forced to play a multiplayer that they weren't really into. So they've just made it separate now. So we've just leveled up here. So we go into our character record, and we should have some points to spend. We have a point right here. So here's what I meant before with being able to kind of make different styles with my rogue. So I have the double dagger tree here.
Yeah.
I have my archery tree. Then I have sabotage and subterfuge.
Okay.
So subterfuge is more the stealth-based stuff. Sabotage is more poisoning and traps and so on. And of course, archery is using bow and arrow.
Yeah, I want to beef up that bow a little bit.
Yeah. So I'm just going to skip this tutorial here because I know what's going on. So I already have my long shot ability. And every ability as such have like a secondary upgrade. So Longshot now rips through every enemy along its path, doing bonus damage for each extra target it hits, so I can kind of shoot it through enemies. I think I'm going to skip that because it's kind of a tough one to line up.
Yeah.
So let's see, First Blood, I do more damage to enemies that are only slightly injured.
So if you have the first hit.
Yeah, exactly, and Death from Above is the elevator. Let's go for the first hit bonus right there and apply. Let's just check our followers, because I can also, they haven't leveled up quite yet, but I also kind of determine their points, how they're spent. But yeah, they kind of level up a bit off of you, because I've been playing a bit more with my character before they joined up.
Whatever that thing on your hand is, it's useful.
Ah, here they come.
You made it. Chancellor Roderick, this is...
I know.
Exalia in the chat has asked the same question several times, and now I'm being told by other users to read it out. The question is, Philip, is Dragon Age 3 the best Dragon Age game? And the reason I haven't read it out is, well, I don't think we're really qualified to answer that question, because...
having not played the previous games, I wouldn't be able to answer that at all.
No. But Benke is in the chat. He might be able to answer that more
As you well know.
detailed.
Justinia is dead. We must elect a replacement and obey her orders on the matter.
So Philip, I know that you won't platinum this game, but could you tell us what you have to do in order to get the platinum trophy in the game?
Oh, I can just be cheeky and say you have to get every other trophy. I haven't studied the trophy list closely, but there's a lot of gathering going on, like a lot of little side quests, like collect all these different things.
We can maybe quickly roll through the list on the PS4 when
we can check it out quickly and see what kind of challenges there are. But there's a lot of like gathering, and like there's 122 hidden items of one type, and there's other types, and find every camp. And so yeah, there's a lot of stuff to get started on. If you're a completionist, it's going to take a while.
But so Justina is dead. We must elect a replacement and obey her orders on the matter. I'm standing right here.
Yeah.
Don't talk about me like I'm not here.
You shouldn't even be here. Call a retreat, Seeker. Our position here is hopeless.
We can stop this before it's too late.
How? You won't survive long enough to reach the temple, even with all your soldiers.
We must get to the temple. It's the quickest route.
But not the safest. Our forces can charge as a distraction while we go through the mountains.
We lost contact with an entire squad on that path. It's too risky.
Listen to me. Abandon this now, before more lives are lost.
I vibrate with anticipation.
How do you think we should proceed?
So now we have the choice. If we go in charging head first, or
We'll
if we
We'll take the
sneak.
mountain path.
Yeah, let's use our strength as a rogue and kind of sneak around.
Fits better with the class that we've selected, I think.
Know what's at stake.
Liliana, bring everyone left in the valley. Everyone.
On your head be the consequences, Seeker.
Just taking this ring to another place.
So yeah, I've tried both options because I played Rogue first and Warrior second. So there is a big difference in how you kind of like how this plays out.
Yeah.
Like the Warrior is way more just straight in and fight a bunch of guys and then that's it.
The tunnel should be just ahead.
Yeah, and with the dual wielding rogue will be more up close and
Yeah.
stabby. While with the bow we're of course staying back and picking them off.
Yeah.
And your
But
missing soldiers are in
choosing a different class, does that also change up how the followers that you pick up along the way fight? Because
No, it doesn't. But again, you can you choose the skills of your followers. So I have
Okay.
a shield and sword warrior. So I have a couple of the warriors, Cassandra included, and I made them more kind of two-handed
Yeah.
or more aggressive, and I would focus on the taunting.
okay, so you can kind of decide how the group is.
Yeah, for sure. And you can even actually I can show that right here. If I go into character record, I can choose a character like Cassandra, and I can go
Yeah.
into tactics, and I can kind of say, okay, the challenge
Yeah.
ability where she taunts. I can make her do it, not do it at all,
Okay.
or actually do it as much as she can. And that's a
Okay.
good one because she's kind of a. And I can even go into behaviors here.
Yeah, so that's the one that taunts the enemies to focus on her.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm making her taunt as much as possible. I make sure that she always keeps, let's say, 30% of her stamina, which is kind of like her energy.
Yeah.
She'll follow my character. I can also make her defend a certain character.
Yeah.
She'll always leave behind 2 potions just for me, and she'll heal up at 30%.
Okay.
So there, she just went ahead and taunted. This little thing here. Boom.
There we go.
And we came out of that pretty unharmed. Again, because my my mage can kind of put the shield on all of us.
Yeah.
And again, I can make him focus on doing that. I can make a mage more of a healer character, so he keeps us up and running, or he can be more damage based.
Yeah. I really like that customization of the other characters.
Yeah, exactly. So it really allows you to, and you you find pretty much 2 of every kind. So
Yeah.
you can kind of have an aggro or like more defensive and offensive warrior following you, or.
Okay.
And then, of course, every time you head into the wild, you choose your followers. You can have up to 3 followers, and you kind of mix and match them depending on the mission that you're going into and which ones you prefer.
Can you actually show me if you switch to another character?
Yeah, I can just hit down, boom. So now I'm playing as Cassandra here, and I have all of her abilities available to me.
Nice.
I can switch over here. Now I've got my sorcerer and Varric.
Varric.
His crossbow, who's got the same abilities as me, well, at least the same shot there, but he also has kind of like this trap where he can throw down, so if he gets enemies close, he can throw these down and back it up,
Yeah.
and they get kind of slowed and damaged by them.
Okay.
Yeah, and again, if they're frozen and they die, they kind of break apart.
Yeah, kind of shatter.
Yeah. And again, I believe that there are kind of bonus effects. So if an enemy does shatter, if that effect plays, sometimes you can make it do area damage if you upgrade
yeah.
that and so on. But I haven't explored the mage skill tree too much. but I believe there are kind of things like that.
Guess we found the soldiers.
That cannot be all of them.
So the others could be holed up ahead.
Our priority must be the breach. Unless we seal it soon, no one is safe.
I'm leaving that to our Kunari friend here.
Oh, we got a rift.
Yeah. So again, you'll kind of, when this game starts up properly, we're still kind of in the introductory missions, you'll kind of find these rifts around the world that you have to take out. And the way it works is you have to take out enemies. You can see in the top right, it actually has a little health bar.
Yeah.
So I can disrupt the rift now, which, okay, yeah, that was too late because we killed the enemies. But if there's enemies around and I disrupt the rift, it basically stuns all the enemies, making it easier to fight them.
Oh yeah.
And when we've killed enough enemies, I'll be able to close the rift. So let's see here, now it should stun it in a second. Boom, stunned. So. And now I have the ability to close the rift. It seems a little bit there.
Who are you gonna call?
Seal, as before. You are becoming quite proficient at this.
Let's hope it works on the big one.
Thank the Maker you finally arrived, Lady Cassandra. I don't think we could have held out much longer.
Thank our prisoner, Lieutenant. She insisted we come this way.
The prisoner? Then you...
No time for talk.
We have to get to the breach, and quickly.
To the breach? I don't...
The way into the valley behind us is clear for the moment.
At once.
Quickly, let's move!
Run away, loser.
The path ahead appears to be clear of demons as well.
Let's hurry before that changes. Down the ladder. That's the way to the temple.
See somebody asking if you'll always be 4 in the group. I believe so. I haven't tried going in with less than 3 followers. It might be possible.
Can't you like dismiss a follower? Or...
not kind of where I am right now,
No.
kind of running around. When the game starts up, you'll have these little base camps set up where you can go in and change out your team, and you might be able to just not select a 4th or a 3rd.
Is brought to bear. It is possible.
And you can probably solo if you want,
Make things explode.
That
but I think that'll be a little tough.
We'll consider how...
Send clip in the chat is saying, by the way, Dóri, since we were only 6 players yesterday in our Assassin's Creed Unity stream, the fairest thing is to force Yuppie to send 2 more packs so everybody gets a prize. I completely agree. However, me forcing Ubisoft to do anything hasn't quite worked as planned in the past, but I will give it a shot and we'll try. Otherwise, we'll kind of divvy up the t-shirts versus the fountain pens, see who wants what. We'll talk later. Another off-topic question by Indian Cobran. So, Philip, you're a Dark Souls player, so I want to ask you, what do you think of Lords of the Fallen?
I've been playing it. I'm almost done with it. I think it's a pretty good game. It's not quite Dark Souls, and I do think that it gets a bit too easy once you level up your skills. I'm pretty much 1 or 2 hitting every enemy.
Yeah.
Every boss fight, I just kind of have to hang back and just kind of do my ranged attack when it recharges.
Yeah.
So not as challenging as Dark Souls, and not as good an atmosphere and so on, but it's a good kind of in-between game until Bloodborne and Dark Souls 2 comes out on next gen, if that's what you're waiting for.
But I think that was kind of what they were going for with the game, to make like a kind of a Dark Souls light, which was more accessible and less frustrating. Those that watch the Lords of the Fallen streams, stream that we did, of course, know just how frustrating it can get.
Yes.
I think I spent a half an hour trying to kill a spider, but which I then killed when the stream was over.
Let's find a way down.
We have proof of that.
Be careful.
But yeah, again, like I managed to pick up this weapon that just was so powerful. Like, yeah, again, 1 or 2 hit every enemy,
Yeah.
and it was its damage was magic based. So I just had to focus on leveling up magic, so my spells and my weapon were strong, and so later on it gets a bit easier.
Yeah. But yeah, I like the atmosphere and then the art style, and
I see it.
I kind of got used to the control scheme. I'm not a huge fan of the slow dodging and charging up the attacks and
Yeah.
all that, but you know, it's just something to get used to, I think.
Yeah, it's a different way of playing, kind of.
Yeah. Okay, so here are we approaching where the big rift is? Yes.
Yeah, this is one of these huge rifts. This is where the explosion happened that killed everybody, plus this kind of Pope character that everybody loves so much, and they think I killed.
What's going on here?
That was your voice. Most Holy called out to you, but
So we're kind of hearing echoes of what happened.
What's going on here?
In a very calm way.
We have an intruder. Slay the Canary.
you were there.
I have to say that wasn't
Attacked.
great
The
voice
divine.
acting.
No, that one was kind of off a bit.
No.
What are we seeing?
I don't remember.
Echoes of what happened here. The fade bleeds into this place. This rift is not sealed, but it is closed, albeit temporarily. I believe that with the mark, the rift can be opened, and then sealed properly and safely. However, opening the rift will likely attract attention from the other side.
That means demons. Stand ready.
Okay, so we're gonna open the rift in order to close it.
Yeah. It's kind of like, you know, how if you're twisting on a bottle cap and it goes a bit off, you kind of have to take it off to put it back on.
Like a door that won't completely close, you need to open it further to slam it. Okay. Can we do another one?
Yeah, let's think.
Now.
There's a big demon back here.
Pride demon.
So, you can make a lot of gay jokes right there.
Strip its defensive.
So it's got this armor going on right now, so we're not really doing any damage to it, but what I can do is I can disrupt the rift.
Oh, and stun it.
Yeah, and see when that happens. Boom. Yeah, see now its armor is gone,
It's vulnerable. Now.
and it's vulnerable, so
Everybody hit it. Hit everything you got.
I will say it's a bit different playing the game kind of in the back here.
Yeah.
I'm used to being all the way up in its face and kind of chaos and avoiding the whip and so on. And then you'll notice on the side there, Cassandra, she's got kind of like these little shield things on her health as well.
Yeah.
And that's because she can make this move where she can kind of block, and every time it hits her shield, it actually builds up her defense. So that's kind of like the idea of the tank.
Actually, try right now just to switch to Cassandra or one of the, yeah.
So here we go, I can kind of... But yeah, I kind of need to switch back to my characters because it's got
yeah,
a
to do
shield
the
up
rift.
again. Yeah. So Cassandra's low on health, but it interrupted me.
Yeah, it's not being taunted by Cassandra right now since...
All right, there we go. And now I can use her. I'll taunt it. So now it should attack me. It's kind of confused, doesn't know what it's doing. Come on. Taunt it again. Then keep up my shield. There we go, so that builds up my defense a bit. So again, holding up the shield will kind of, it'll drain my stamina, and it won't recharge as fast, but okay, now it's got its armor up again. I'll just taunt it, switch back to my character. Someone's in trouble. Just stealth away, make them attack something else, and then disrupt. And again, the followers will heal themselves using potions and so on, down to the point where I selected was 2 potions left. So I always have for my main character, and they don't just use them all up.
Yeah.
I can always change that if I want to. So they have.
Maybe switch a little bit to the tactical view.
Oh yeah, of course. So here we go. There's a lot of stuff going on, and I believe. Let's see. So Cassandra is busy doing a payback strike, which is a special move. When she takes damage, she'll do it twice back.
Okay.
He's doing regular attacks. Everything's on cooldown. He can do a throwing down those caltrops.
Yeah.
And here I'll just make my main character just. I can actually make it disrupt the rift as well in this view here.
Nice.
But let's just kind of move the action along a bit.
And I mean, the Pride Demon is as good as gone right now.
Yeah. So let's see, Solus here. Yeah, he's still got things on cooldown.
Oh, and you can also see its stats there.
Yeah, exactly. And I can electricity resistance, immunity to sleep, frozen, paralyzed, physical effects, and it's perceptive.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and give it a long shot there and see my character. Yeah, long shot it as well. This guy still, he's used up all of his cooldowns, and this Cassandra will use some shield wall on it. You see now she's kind of got her shield up, and every time it attacks. Okay, that attack there was a magical based attack, so. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in here. I'm gonna go ahead and close the Fade Rift here. I like sometimes how the subtitle gets kind of stuck on us. It's like, do it, do it. Yeah, it's true that the warrior has kind of like the ability to throw this chain and pull towards kind of like Scorpion style from...
Get over here!
So yeah, the warrior can pull enemies towards them, whereas the rogue can do one where they jump towards the enemy. Okay. So it's kind of like you pull them back to you, or...
Just, you know, to get yourself up close.
Yeah.
For that attack. Oh. For a second there, I didn't see the close.
Well, these games aren't afraid of nudity, so you never know.
Oh. I didn't know you were awake.
Still not quite as progressive as the Witcher series, right?
Yeah, I haven't actually tried those either because I haven't had a PC that could run it and not had an Xbox. So I'm really looking forward to being able to play the next one on the PlayStation.
Yeah, I'm
but
really
yeah, I've heard about it. I've seen the screenshots.
Humble servant. You are back in Haven, my lady. They say you saved us. The breach stopped growing, just like the mark on your hand. It's all anyone has talked about for the last 3 days.
So you're saying they're happy with me?
I'm only saying what I heard. I didn't mean anything by it. I'm certain Lady Cassandra would want to know.
Oh yeah, we're running up on the first hour, so maybe...
may do a switch here?
Yeah, I mean, we're just close to first big rift.
Yeah, so this is a good point to kind of stop. We're also kind of hitting a big tutorial chunk right here where you're kind of learning how to interact with the war table, which I'll show on the other console. So I'm going to put this controller down, switch over to our little Movember themed controller right here.
I actually think we have the other controller charged up.
Oh yes, of course, let's get the most. And here's a quick trick. you don't actually have to turn off one controller, because if you choose the same user on the other controller, it will switch off automatically.
Oh. Pro tip.
Yep. So, gotta connect here. And so you'll notice it's going to stop recording gameplay, because it doesn't want to give away a spoiler. The thing is, in a second, it might work better here than it did at home. Yeah, see, now it starts gameplay again. I don't know what spoiler it was blocking right there, but well, I know what it was supposed to be blocking, but connecting to the servers was something they didn't anticipate, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and select continue.
Dark AC in the chat asking, why don't you guys have a Gamereactor themed controller? Now that's an idea. Get on the light bar, have a Gamereactor theme.
Yeah, that should be possible.
Yeah, we should be able to have that laser cut.
So again, this is a character that's a bit further along in the story. So I'm just kind of running around an area called Ferelden, which is kind of other games have taken place in. And I am busy doing some side quests, because the way the game works is once you get past what I was playing before, you get access to a war table, which is basically where you can kind of plan out your next moves. You can send out, you have 3 diplomats, or kind of like 3 representatives. Yeah. You can send out on their own little mission. It takes time, real time, sometimes up to 45 minutes for them to do it.
Okay.
And the whole idea is everything that you do is kind of to strengthen your movement, the Inquisition. Like strengthen your forces, gain money, gain followers, and so on. Because this whole land is kind of ravaged by war and conflict. Yeah. So it's all about getting people to work together so you can stand united against this common threat. And I'm at a point right now where I need quite a few of these. They're called power points. So I can check, I guess, in my journal maybe. So I have all these kind of missions right here. And if I go up to the Inquisitor's Path, that's kind of like the main storyline. Yeah. And here it says power required, 10 out of 15. Okay. So I need some power points. The way I get those is by doing side missions. So every side mission awards a point or some other actions. So I just basically need to do 5 more side missions. I'd be able to do that or some other kind of worthwhile things. So let's take a look at the quest map right here, see what I'm close to. So I'm close to this area up here, East Road Bandits. Dispense with the bandits on the road to the east. Let's make that one. It's on the way to one of these old campsites as well, which I want to go to. So
now this character, what race and class have you selected?
This is a male human warrior with a sword and shield. Okay. And I focused mainly on making it kind of the taunting class. And
I've been here before.
To make it different from Cassandra, instead of having like a
great title.
Yeah, exactly. They do chatter sometimes, and it's sometimes quite interesting. So I found another couple of followers here. I won't give away too much of their story, but I have another archer and another warrior who I've made kind of a dual wield, who's actually a Grey Warden, which is kind of like a type of character from the first game.
They don't seem to want to look you in the eye.
Nah, they're scared.
Did you do something horrible recently?
Yeah,
they're all just turning their back to you.
We don't talk about that.
No, they're looking out for danger, of course. Their information.
Okay, so a bit different style here from my previous character. Instead of hanging back, I'm going to go ahead and charge right in, boom.
Oh yeah.
Taunt them. And for every character I taunt, I also gain shield. So it's all about kind of getting in the action for my character. And I've done it so my archer poisons enemies. That's why there's this green smoke going on, because if a poisoned enemy dies, they kind of explode in this smoke that hurts all other enemies in the area.
Infecting them.
Exactly, so it kind of spreads. Just gonna go ahead and loot, and they're fighting something. We must pursue, I guess we will.
Is that Sarah that you have there?
Yeah, that is Sarah.
Pinky in the chat is saying, I really don't like Sarah. Anyone else feel that way about her?
She's definitely a bit of a special character. But it's clear that she's kind of meant to be a bit of a comic relief sometimes. Yeah. Like she comes out with some of the silly dialogues, and sometimes it does feel a bit forced. But sometimes it's also kind of welcome to have a bit more of a light-hearted thing to this very serious, dark, ooh, let's save the world kind of thing.
Okay, you got another power.
Yep, so I got killed off all these enemies here, and I got an enhanced Shadow Strike ring. So let's just go ahead and set up camp here. That should also award me a power point. And again, these camps are kind of fast travel points where you can also load up on potions, switch out your party members, kind of a checkpoint.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go down here. Just for the sake of the stream, this probably won't go too well. Because I do think, oh, let's just pick up this iron here. Is anything like my first playthrough? Yeah, look at that over there.
Oh, snap.
So, my first playthrough, it did attack.
Yep, just saw you.
So, can't do much to it as long as it's airborne like that. Oh, and also there's little dragonlings around.
Yeah.
And they seem...
Oh, and so one of your followers just died.
So you'll notice there's several health bars here.
Yeah.
And that's the idea is that kind of dragon creatures, you can attack separate areas of them, so you can clip their wings, you can cut off their tail, and so on. And the idea is that's also, I have no expectation of surviving this.
No.
The little one here I can probably kill. It's level 12. I'm not too high level. See, there, he died. I'll switch over. This guy's going to try and run for it.
Run away!
Oh, a couple of my other follower actually woke back up because I guess, yeah, they're waking up because I got out of combat.
Okay. Oh, nice.
So I managed to kill the little dragon, but the big one, I don't think. Yeah, I think we're gonna get out of here. We're all on fire and. Okay, how was it I got out of here? And they're drinking all the potions off. Luckily, there's a checkpoint right over here. Another cool thing that they did is a big part of the game is also to kind of go hunting for materials and picking up plants to make potions. But every animal you kill and every plant you pick, it also kind of has an effect on the environment. If you pick too many of the plants, less animals will be there next time you come back because you take away their food.
Okay.
If you take away too many of the prey animals, the predator animals will also go away because they kind of move along to areas where there's more. So you kind of feel like there isn't, again, a consequence to kind of your actions around the world.
Yeah, that's kind of nice.
And also fighting enemies will also make the areas safer or leaving areas.
What level are you now with this character?
This character here is level 6 or 7. It's not too far. I only actually started this character yesterday on the PS4.
Yeah. It's just Bank is saying in the chat, I've killed this one. I was level 15 though.
Yeah. So there's a bit of ways to go for my character here to take it out. So yeah, let's just move along here. Let's find another area where I have a bit of a side quest so we can get these things done. What's this over here? Apostates in Witchwood. Search Witchwood for the apostate stronghold. So these are kind of mage enemies. So let's go ahead and travel here.
A couple of interesting questions here. Is there an infinite amount of dragons in this game, or do they eventually become extinct?
I don't know.
But
to be honest,
no.
If you kill a dragon and they don't come back, because that dragon there very much seemed like almost a cutscene kind of event. And there's
like
another
a very
one,
specific.
Yeah, and there was there's another one in another area that you kind of come across as well, which very much seems like a one-off thing. If you kill it, I don't think it'll come back and do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Again, I haven't managed to kill a dragon myself. Okay, so we got some.
Yeah, Adu was saying there are 10 dragons in the game. Yeah, I mean, I have to say, just looking at it, does feel more like there are a couple of dragons. It's not like in Skyrim where there's just an infinite.
No, I think also it is kind of like a mini boss fight, like an open world boss fight, and you kind of have to level up and prepare and
But the other question here was, killing dragons is optional, right?
Well, during my playthrough, I didn't have to kill a single dragon as part of the story.
Yeah.
So I believe that you can play through the story missions without it. There might be at some point you have to do a side mission and kill a dragon to get some kind of item or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, the many hours I played it, tried finding a dragon once, gave up, and I didn't have to worry about it. This guy. These casters are always dangerous to me. So yeah, there's a lot of kind of go into a lot of stuff going on here with the poison smoke, and before this blue kind of thing came down, that was my caster who was removing buffs from the enemies and debuffs from the good guys, kind of. So let's see, what can I make her do? She's on cooldown. That's all pretty much on cooldown. Again, like once you just jump into this view here, expect most of the characters to have already been doing their own thing.
Yeah.
So again, I kind of prefer it on the PlayStation just because the way to enter this on the Xbox, it's kind of like the select button there, the little one.
Yeah.
On the PlayStation, it's just a touchpad.
Yeah.
So if there's everything's going crazy, you need to be quick, just bang, hit it, and you're good. So let's just jump right back in. Again, I also definitely think it's a thing of what kind of controller you're used to.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not too used to the Xbox controller, so it did take a bit of getting used to finding that button kind of without looking. And
yeah. After having been streaming here for a while, I've gotten more used to, while playing it as press X.
Yeah.
And I just instinctively remember which controller I'm using. But it took quite a bit of time to get used to.
Yeah, they are quite different actually. They don't look it really, but when you hold them in your hands and.
Yeah. It's muscle memory.
So yeah, it says I'm still searching for the stronghold, but it feels like yes, okay, I remember this now from my first playthrough. This is just kind of like these little camps they've set up outside the stronghold.
Okay.
Now you'll notice here in the map, I'm kind of in this big purple area. So this is basically one of those, search.
Yeah. So it's within this.
Yeah, it's within this area here. Oh, and we've got a little thing here. That's another thing that's in the game. Again, just to mention collectibles. There's all these little areas you can claim by sitting down in the Inquisition. You get a bit of story.
Okay.
And there's lots of these kind of around these little areas you can claim. It looks like there's one right over here as well. It's the triangle or the pyramid-looking thing on the mini-map. Yeah, there are two right next to each other. So that's nice. And they give XP and they give a bit of story. So, trying to remember where the stronghold is. I think it's here. Yeah.
I sense magical energies ahead. The mages cannot be far.
Again, also a bonus for my taunt here is that the enemies take more damage from my followers when they're taunted by me.
Okay.
So it's a good idea, and I do kind of this area taunt instead of specifically taunting one. So I kind of run in the middle, taunt them all, and then see, there you go again. It's kind of got this.
Got a bit chilly.
Again, that's why these casters are so annoying, because they'll throw down these runes on the ground that kind of work like landmines.
Yeah.
So if you step on them, sometimes you get stuck in ice or. Here's another example of how kind of the followers can also be quite important. So sometimes you'll find these barriers that can only be destroyed by certain characters. In this case, a magical barrier. So I can use my mage, and it looks like it's kind of fire-based because it's. So I'm going to go ahead and
hit it with some ice magic.
That might take a couple of tries. That's also taking damage here, I can see. So I'm using some electrical as well. But as long as it's not like the same type, fire against fire isn't great. thing to use.
Oh, got
knocked.
iced.
Yeah. Just charge into the middle of them, that usually works. Ah, they're hurting me a lot. So I'm gonna bring up my shield a bit, so you'll notice up in the top left, I'm kind of building up these. Okay, time for a little potion. Again, because magic damage really does a lot. That's one thing I will say about the game. Sometimes the camera gets a bit stuck on the environment. It can be a bit tough to find out what's going on.
Kind of noticed that.
Especially if you lock onto a target, because it'll always kind of stay behind you, the camera. Yeah, I remember my first playthrough, this was a tough one as well to kind of... Doing a bit better though. Took me a couple of tries the first time around. Looks like I'll actually make it here. Yeah, and they teleport away. Ugh. Annoying.
Just love the floating book in front of me.
Get out of that. Ooh. There's another one. Oh, he just put on a shield. Man, these fights. Okay, my mage dispelled his shield.
And now you're up to 14 power.
Yep.
One missing.
So let's just search the area. Again, you've also got this ability here, pressing down the left stick, so you can kind of search the area and quickly find, oh, there's a loot chest or there's some plants.
Nice. Got a longbow. Now, can you share the loot that you find with your followers?
You're also in charge of kind of handling your followers' inventory. Let's see this bow here, weapons. Let's go into bow category. So she's using 46 DPS, this is a 57, so let's go ahead and put that on her. Yeah. Also, every item you'll see there's an empty grip and empty rune. They can all be upgraded, so there's a lot of stuff going on. You can also craft your own weapons. You can apply magic runes to them and so on. So, and sometimes you'll come across a weapon that might look bad, but it has more upgrade slots, so you can actually make it better. Let's just quickly check if my character has anything worthwhile. Claymore, I need that one-handed sword. So I've already got the 85 point, and I've also upgraded it to do 3 bleed on hit and plus 3 constitution.
With a balanced one-handed shaft.
Yeah, and you can take that off and put it on another weapon as well. You just need to go to a blacksmith and take care of all that. So, let's see what time. Yeah, we still got a little time before we check out the multiplayer. So I'm just going to pick up this onyx here because it's good for the crafting part. For my character, that ups the strength. Weighted dagger, medium adventurer armor. Oh, yeah, see, sometimes it gets a bit like he jumps, but he still loots.
Yeah.
And then
We pressed it maybe just a little bit too soon.
yeah, exactly. So sometimes you also have that happen with dialogue. So, but I mean, it's a minor thing. It's nothing game-breaking whatsoever. Okay, so let's check out the map again, because I think I'm kind of far. What's this up here? Okay, there's a Fade Rift over here. Maybe I should go ahead and try and go for it. I haven't tried this on my first playthrough. But it looks like there's an interesting manner
to get up to Redcliffe.
So what I'm going to do here to get there a bit faster, which is a new feature in the game as well, is I'm going to bring up my wheel. I'm going to call my mount.
Oh yeah.
And you'll notice I've got a special mount. It's called the Bog Unicorn. It's basically an undead horse with a sword through the head. It's a collector's, or like the deluxe edition bonus thing. You also get some armor to help your character out in the beginning a bit, and a special throne for when you get your Skyhold. So that's...
It reminds me of one of the horses from the Red Dead.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, the undead horse there as well.
Undead Nightmare.
Yeah. See if there's any. Yeah, I can go through here, so let's maybe go a bit faster. And all your followers just kind of despawn when you're on your mount. So they're not on horses themselves. It's just kind of, let's just pretend they're kind of thing. And as soon as you dismount, they'll just appear. So here we go. Ooh, this is a big one. Let's leave the horse behind. And there's a lot of mounts as well in the game, it seems. Like I went over to the stables and checked out their different categories, exotic mounts and so on. In each category is like 10 different kinds of mounts. So, okay, let's do this. Oh, missed. Ah. Knocked me down. So this, I don't know if this is a tougher rift or if it's just more of a, like it progresses into a new mission.
Yeah.
That's why
Can you actually fight while you're on that mount? Or
no.
It's just for traveling?
Oh, actually, let me just check once I finish this rift, because I'm actually not sure. It might be able to swing my sword a bit.
I'm just thinking, I mean, it would be a waste of a sword unicorn if you can attack with it.
I'm not sure if the sword in the head is more than decorative, but let's see if I can't go out here and disrupt the there we go. Should stun them. What was this? I don't know why that's. Oh, that's.
Sarah lying there dead.
Yeah. Not sure why you can actually target the dead like that, but. I could close it. So it was a bit of a tougher fight. A couple of my guys died when I wasn't paying attention, but we managed in the end. Go ahead and loot here.
What was that? That rift.
So Philip, what happens if your main character dies when you're playing as a follower? Nothing, right? I mean, we saw it earlier.
Yeah, you just move on to the next one. It's not until all 4 are dead that
It just be a good idea to try to run out of combat to respawn everyone.
Yeah. Well, here was something I haven't noticed before. A character said something. Oh, now it's too late. But it actually made me press down the button so I could actually say something. And I hesitated a bit too long and it kind of moved on without me, but...
We spread word the Inquisition was coming. But you should know that no one here was expecting us.
No one? Not even Grand Enchanter Fiona?
If she was, she hasn't told anyone. We've arranged use of the tavern for the negotiations.
Agents of the Inquisition, my apologies. Magister Alexius is in charge now, but hasn't arrived.
So the guy on the left is your character, just took off the helmet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can also kind of select if you want to see the helmet or not, because some of the helmets do look a bit silly. But yeah, they always take off the helmet for dialogues and stuff, just so they don't have this piece of metal. Okay, so this was kind of like a slight story mission, because as I said before, I'm trying to unite the different powers of the world here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go talk to the mages to see if I can't get those guys to help us out a bit. I just noticed as well, I think my followers have leveled up, so I should probably give those guys a bit. So let's go down here and see Sarah. Yeah, she's got a point. I can also just kind of do an auto level up, and then we'll kind of go down this default predetermined path. But I'm trying to kind of make my characters a bit my own. So Sarah here, I'm focusing more on traps. So let's see, hook and tackle. Yeah, see, this is the one where she leaps into the fight. Probably not going to go that way. Maybe I'm done with this tree for now. Because also what I'm trying to do, yeah, she just hit level 6, is that I actually prefer her to be a dual wield kind of character instead of a bow and arrow. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to equip her with a couple of daggers that I found that had a level 6 requirement. So I'm going to give her those, and then I'm going to go back into her skill tree and give her some knife abilities. So here we go. So flank attack seems like a good one to start with. Maybe let's just see over here. What's this one? Twin fangs. This one, having played a dual wield, this is actually a pretty good one. It's a big, high damage one. So apply there. Let's just see tactics real quick. Poison weapons, toxic cloud. That's all good. All right. So there's an example of how you can kind of switch up a follower's way of being played. Let's see, Blackwall. He's my kind of two-hander, warrior style. What's he got down here? Flow of battle.
Every critical hit reduces the cooldown times on your abilities, giving the edge to finish off your enemy.
Let's give him that. That's a pretty good one. Next, we've got Solus, my mage, and I'm kind of focusing him to be a healer. Yeah, so this little bonus thing here is basically the magical barrier that he can make get stronger when he dispels.
Okay.
So actually, let's just see what's this now here. Okay, no, this one might be better actually. They recover stamina when they're in the barrier. Again, filling out one of these trees isn't too difficult, but you know, that's why you kind of want to start moving into the other ones as well. So there's Winter, Inferno, Storm, and Spirit. There's like different kinds, and each character has their own. So that was that.
When everyone is on low health, not looking too good.
Yeah. I'm not sure if we're actually getting close to a camp or something where we can refill. Let's just check the map. I think actually up here, Red Cliff would be a good place for them to rest up. And you'll notice the exclamation points and so on. There's tons of side missions that kind of getting. And then okay, there was a plant down. That's why he ducked down to kind of pick up the. Discovered in Red Cliff Village.
Will the enemies respawn after you kill them, or are they dead forever? Can you level grind?
There are some areas where enemies will come back, but I believe that the more you grind an area, the less enemies there'll be, because in the story you're kind of weakening the enemy in that area. And also just to kind of avoid just somebody sitting in the same area for 2 days straight, just grinding the same. Okay. Try and find this gull and lantern. Guess it's a tavern.
Yeah, of course, in the tavern, that's where you rest up. Everybody knows that. What are these cards that you?
These are basically just like quick tips and a bit of lore for the lower screens.
And you can scroll through. Okay.
Yeah, there's like always 3 different ones, so it's just a bit of.
Yeah, I like that. That it's not just one. Because you read it fast, and then the loading screen it just keeps going.
Yeah, sometimes the loading screens are a bit longer. Then again, you'll see it. I don't know why it actually went away there because I think it's loading up a cutscene. That's why. Yeah, there you go.
Welcome, agents of the Inquisition. What has brought you to Redcliffe?
Is that a trick question?
Is this some sort of test? We're here because you invited us in Val Royale.
You must be mistaken. I haven't been to Val Royale since before the Conclave.
If it wasn't you who invited me here, who was it?
I don't know. Now that you say it, I feel strange. Whoever or whatever brought you here, the situation has changed. The free mages have already pledged themselves to the service of the Tevinter Imperium.
Oh.
I understand that you are afraid, but you deserve better than slavery to Tevinter.
As one indenture to a magister, I no longer have the authority to negotiate.
Oh, I like that the other followers actually take part in the
cutscene
as well. So if you have a different one, there's going to be another one saying something.
And again, the Sarah character that I have with me that Benk wasn't too fond of is kind of she really doesn't like aristocracy.
Yeah.
Like she's kind of like a Robin Hood character. So if you bring her along and you're talking to them, if you're being nice to them, she won't approve and so on.
Yeah.
So.
So as one intention to a magistrate, I no longer have the authority to negotiate with you.
So she's basically saying that they went and allied themselves with someone else.
Yeah.
Say that.
The Divine's corpse is barely cold, and you've already joined the Imperium?
Most of Thedas blames us for the Divine's death. The Templar attacks grew worse, and we mages had no allies.
Indian Coburn is asking, so Dóri, what would you play as in this game? I'd probably go for a female elf character, double-handed rogue.
I had no other choice.
Yeah, good choice. It's a fun class to play for
Welcome,
sure.
my friends. I apologize for not greeting you earlier.
Agents of the Inquisition, allow me to introduce Magister Girion Alexius.
The Southern Mages are under my command, and you...
Yeah, Benke is following up on a question from earlier. Some things respawn like wildlife, but progressing the story also populates the world with some new type of enemies.
Okay, yeah, so stuff will happen and new type
as
enemies
factions move in. And
yeah. The Southern Mages are under my command, and you are the survivor, yes, the one from the Fade. Interesting. Let's negotiate.
If you're leading the mages now, then let's talk. I'm sure we can come to an arrangement.
It is always a pleasure to meet a reasonable man.
She doesn't look too stoked.
No, now quickly stab him in the throat.
Felix, would you send for a scribe, please? Pardon my manners. My son Felix, friends. I am not surprised you're here. Containing the breach is not a feat that many could even attempt. There is no telling how many mages would be needed for such an endeavor. Ambitious indeed.
Okay.
Does that mean you'll lend your mages to our cause?
There will have to be.
Oh.
Felix.
My lord, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
Are you all right?
I'm fine, Father.
Come, I'll get your powders. Please excuse me, friends. We will have to continue this another time.
I was sure it was going to fall on the table with a knife in the back.
Exactly, classic.
I don't mean to trouble everyone.
No, he just has the shits.
I shall send word to the Inquisition. We will conclude this business at a later date.
Have you ever had to go so hard that you fell on your knees?
Come to the Chantry. You are in danger.
Yeah, Cypher is asking, welcome by the way, Cypher, to the chat. He's asking about the stream we did yesterday, Assassin's Creed Unity. Like I said before, we haven't quite decided how we're gonna divvy out the prices. We're gonna try, like SendClip suggested, to try to get 2 more sets so that everybody can get one. Otherwise, we'll have to figure something else out. But I'll be in contact with all of you either tomorrow or Monday. Sorry for the delay, but we're just swamped in the office, especially with Nick being away ill. So. Archers.
Okay, so I'm thinking there might be a bit of a movie happening now, but once that's done, I'm going to jump back to Haven, which is like the first hub city. I'm going to show off quickly the war table.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then after that, we can check out the multiplayer a bit.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Okay, so we're good to travel right away. So I'm going to go ahead to the quest map here. So this is the area we've been kind of exploring. You can kind of tell.
It's going to get bigger.
Yeah. And we can go back to the world map. That's just here in the hinterlands. There's also a swamp area, and there's another area. It'll be even more apparent on the war table.
Yeah.
Haven, which is kind of like our hub at the moment. And then over here, we've got Val Royeaux. This is like kind of like the west side is another region.
Yeah.
And this is the only place I've visited so far.
Yeah. Yeah, we got the tip from Peter Mortensen, who was here yesterday, is Like, get out of the hinterlands. Don't just grind there.
Yeah.
Get out and, you know, experience more of the game before you kind of...
Yeah, exactly, because there's a lot of stuff going on. It's very easy to get stuck in that one area.
Yeah. And then get tired of it.
Because there's so much stuff to do there.
Yeah.
So it's good to switch it up once in a while.
Loading. So here we are in Haven, in Frostback Mountains.
Yeah, right in the middle of everything. So over here is my blacksmith and my stables, where I can build stuff and get new mounts. Gonna go through the city gates here. And yeah, see, it does that on the Xbox as well. Sometimes it does lock up a bit, but the camera doesn't. So you gotta move around. You gotta see this frozen character.
It's called bullet time.
But it doesn't happen a lot. It's usually right after a load screen or something. It just needs to kind of get the rest of it loaded in.
Yeah. You haven't explored the mage skill tree that much.
Not that much.
Because we've been asked in the chat if there is a necromancer spec. I'm guessing that we go through the mage skill
well, we
tree.
can check it out here. If I select Solus, who is the mage.
Oh yeah.
There we go. It's got Storm, Inferno, and Winter, so I don't know if it's really anything necromancy-wise. It doesn't look like it.
No.
So yeah, the Winter is basically freezing enemies, slowing them down. Inferno is all fire-based, and electricity, which also stuns, and then healing. Yeah. So we've got the war table down here.
Nabil in the chat saying, it reminds me of Fable if Fable was rated mature.
So I'm going to go ahead and summon the War Council here, which is all my advisors. And each advisor have their own strengths.
Yeah, Sandclip in the chat is saying it unlocks more later on.
Yeah.
So it might be. We don't know.
So I've just unlocked a perk as well. So as your character levels up, so does your Inquisition. So every time that levels up, you get to choose a perk. So let's see, in forces here, I already have Underworld Knowledge, which is, oh no, actually I don't. I can acquire it now, and it'll give extra XP for all the books and stuff I find. This is the one I have that gives 5% increased XP from killing foes. Some of them are locked because they require certain things.
4 more points.
Yeah. There's secrets. That's all based on kind of extra herbs and so on. There's connections, and it's kind of based on each of your advisors as well. And then Inquisition, which is kind of like a general, so knowledge you get. So I'll go ahead and, because there's a lot of codex entries, so that's a good one to kind of take. All right, so here you have Orlais or Ferelden. And you can see in Ferelden, there's kind of like, if I go over here, it's kind of burning things. So that there's kind of like the next story mission.
Okay.
You can see it's available and it costs 15, and down the right I have 15. That's why I needed 15 to progress the story. We have the hinterlands, which I've already been. I've already scouted them out. Down here are the swamps in that area.
Yeah.
I had to kind of give that up because it's a bit higher level. It's like a level 12 area, so I'm not quite there yet. We have the Storm Coast. It costs 4 power to go there and explore that. And then you have some of these kind of little side mission things going on here. So gathering coin, for example. So this is basically, trying to get more money for the cost.
Sweet cash.
And I can choose one of my advisors here. So I've got my aristocrat, Josephine, who's more kind of like the more diplomat. I've got Liliana, who's more the spy master, who can go in and it would say at the bottom, it would be a simple matter to collect secrets and sell them, with nothing traceable back to the Inquisition. And my warrior, Cullen, we have soldiers, let them protect caravans and do other honest work for coin. But you'll notice the required time, it's an hour for these two. For her, it's only 48 minutes.
Okay.
So let's send her on the mission again, because it's obviously her forte to do it her way. And let's see, Cult of Andraste here. Again, so
12 minutes for... Oh, and then now, of course, you can't use...
I can't use
Josephine.
until she's done doing her thing.
Okay.
So again, but
so
it looks
it'd be a
like
good idea to check through all of them.
Yeah, if you want to. But it looks like this is a good mission for Liliana to do.
Yeah.
She takes quite a bit.
Let's see what we have.
And then she'll go in. And again, these things will go on real time. And even when you switch off your system and you come back, you know, it checks the system clock.
So you don't need to have the game running for it to count down?
No. It's... all right, but that's basically how the war table works, and you can check out Orlais as well. And there's different things going on over here too. There's an area here, investigate the shards, and I think if you go in here, you have so it's locked right now because, the middle one again is locked. But yeah, there's different ways to kind of go by it as well. Again, the one mission in the swamps that I had to give up on my first playthrough, I sent the soldiers, and they took care of it for me. Second time around, I figured I'd go and check it out myself, and it was a bit too high level, so I have to come back later. So there's all these little things as well. But yeah, let's not get too much more into it if we want to check out the multiplayer, I'm thinking.
Yeah, and also let's not spoil too much.
Yeah, exactly. So again, story-wise, we haven't really gotten into too much depth about it.
Yeah.
Basically, we're just trying to unite the different fronts. So I'm just going to go ahead and exit to menu here. Maybe I should just go ahead and save, just because it'd be nice to be able to continue once we're done here. Okay.
Always safer. Never trust the autosave.
Exactly. So the multiplayer, this will be the first time I'm actually trying this. I did try to solo a bit, which was very tough.
Yeah.
So let's just go right into it. So here we have some set classes. And you choose a class and you can kind of level that class up. There's loot, there's everything, and you upgrade that class. So it's kind of like Mass Effect a bit, where you choose this one character who plays this one style and you can upgrade them and you kind of find your favorite. So here we go. A Legionnaire, it's like a Dwarven warrior.
Yeah.
Qatari, which is locked, so some of them are locked as well. So you
like by finding or crafting armor, Qatarian's hides. Do you do that in the single player or in
multiplayer as well? Okay. It's all kind of separate.
Yeah.
The Archer, which we know, Elementalist, Keeper. Says maybe we should try and play as a caster. So then we've been all the way around, different.
Wields Dalish magic to protect or destroy.
Okay, and then we have the ability tree, which is a bit different from the single player tree. Have no points to spend. I have a barrier ability and
yeah,
chain
you have
lightning.
The basic attack and
so I don't think there's a lot we can do at this point, except just go ahead and just say quick match.
Yeah.
See if there's anybody who wants to play with us. Let's just say random both, just to find the biggest. I have the biggest chance of finding a group. So here we go.
So it's routine. And
yeah. So R2 to get ready. So I'm readying up here. Hopefully, the others are starting to ready up now as well. True to the streets.
We've got another noob with us here. True to the streets.
Yeah.
And two that are slightly further ahead.
So our leader here is...
Come on, ready up.
Yeah. I guess that's always the problem with these kind of lobby systems, is you always have these hosts that go AFK or like away from the game. Let's try and see if we can vote him out. Cast a kick vote there.
Both of them.
Not sure if I can... Oh yeah, I can. Otherwise, we'll just jump back and try and see if we can't find another. Let's do that. It's taking too long here.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Let's just try another map just to make sure that we don't end up
just
with
end
the
up
same.
in the same.
Yeah, because that is also one of those things that can get so annoying.
Yeah.
I'm amazed that they haven't made it so, like in games like this, if you're not doing anything as a host for too long, then they close down your
Yeah,
session because it
should
can
time
really
out
ruin it for
automatically.
people trying to play. Let's just ready up. Oh, everybody's leaving. I guess it's because of me. This is on level 19. Let's try it. See if we can create a match. Public.
Routine.
Routine. Let's just go into the Elven Ruins because that's like the default map that it.
Come on, friends.
I don't know if we have any viewers that are playing the game. They're welcome
Oh yeah,
to
of
join
course.
us.
If you're watching or if you're in the chat and you want to join us on the PS4,
yeah,
go right ahead. You can see the username
Yeah,
right there
their
on the
username
screen.
is right there. Yeah. Huh. It's taking a while. Let's just get another go with a quick match.
Yeah.
And again, send a friend request or a message if you want to play. If we don't manage to find someone, we'll make our own little game. Again, random. See if we get any. Okay. 14, 19, and 9. It's amazing how many people enjoy just sitting in a lobby. Again, you'll also notice there's a store, and I don't know if we can check it out now. Large chest, free.
Free.
Let's purchase it and see what's in there. Confusion grenade, mercenary blades, Highlander.
1 Tears of the Dead.
What does that do? Next 3 hits inflict poison, so it's like a poison vial.
Buff.
Wooden shield, griffin shield, mighty offense tonic, healing potion, and healing potion. That's always good.
Oh,
Inquisition surplus.
another
good.
free.
I guess there's some freebies when you start up a new character.
Yeah.
Bow, more healing. Lightning staff.
A Ferelden longsword.
So that was the free stuff, and then you can buy these chests for in-game money. It looks like, or this platinum, which again costs, and this is in Danish money here. So
Go back to the lobby. We're playing threatening in public.
yeah.
As Benke says in the chat, this should be interesting with our level 1 character.
Let's go ahead and try and see if we can find another.
Yeah, let's just keep it on routine and everything else on random.
Yeah, routine random map. Wonder if we'll even find a game where players are willing to play.
Oh, we were in this one before.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh wait, no.
Yeah.
Was it? Routine random. And there's some voice chat going on here.
Okay, it seemed to be around our level.
Yeah, 1 high level and then a couple of 4s. Now we just need, I'm guessing just 1 more guy needs to ready up, so the majority is ready, and then we'll start a timer. Maybe quickly check this staff that I got. So compared to, yeah, it's quite a bit better. Let's equip that.
Actually, we might Might be a good idea to throw in this cable so we can yell at them to ready up. Plug this in. Maybe turn down the game audio on the mixer when I plug this in, so it doesn't. Yeah, and plug it in. Yep. Come on, guys, ready up. Or guy, rather. or girl. I'm not judging. Or presuming.
Yeah, we're just waiting on the leader.
Exalia is asking, Philip and Dóri, off topic, have you tried Tales of the Borderlands? If yes, do you like it? Yes, I have tried Tales of the Borderlands, played through the first chapter. I've actually been trying to get my gameplay of the first chapter up all day today and yesterday, having a little bit of an issue with the file, but it's great.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to trying it out as well.
If you like Telltale games, this is the best one yet, I think.
Awesome. Yeah, because I just finished Wolf Among Us. I'm playing through the second season of Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And now this is coming out next week in Europe.
No, it's out now on Steam.
Well, on Steam, of course, yeah. On PlayStation next week on Europe.
Oh, here we go.
Nice. So hopefully I don't mess up too much here.
But yeah, Tales of the Borderlands. If you've played the Borderlands games, it's excellent.
Here, even if you don't like the Borderlands games, it's still really good.
Yeah. But if you're familiar with the lore and the story, it's
interesting. I've very little
so many
information.
nods.
We'll have to wait and see. They'll need to explore the Tevinter ruins thoroughly, I'm sure. The Venatori will interfere. But
Alright, so
I
we got a
have
nice little
confidence in our
mixed
people.
bunch here.
Yeah, Sunclip in the chat wanted to join, but he switched out his hard drive on the PS4, so he wasn't quite ready.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, I did say yesterday that we were going to be playing on the Xbox One, but we decided to switch to the PS4 to show more further into the game.
Yeah, exactly. And I also did hear there were some issues with the Xbox service at the moment. I'm not sure if that's true. I checked it before I left home, and there was some mention of it on some forums.
Yes, good.
So there's actually a sprint button in multiplayer here, which is nice.
Yeah.
You can go a bit faster.
Okay, so it's only PvE multiplayer.
Okay, so it's my job to open this. They're laughing at me because I haven't tried this before and I just had to press X instead of hitting it. Okay, so these guys are French, so I actually understand them. So if they talk behind my back.
This makes me uncomfortable.
You know what? Let's switch to the normal audio cable since they're speaking French and we don't understand that jazz.
So just let me know when I need to unplug.
Yep, I'll unplug it now.
There we go.
I don't understand.
Now we can talk behind their backs.
Is this normal?
Oh, we can actually still hear them. Can you maybe mute?
L1, mute.
Sorry,
Can't mute myself.
There we go. And we should have kept in the other cable so we can taunt them.
I approve.
It looks like the Zodiac guy is just not moving. we're doing okay with 3 of us. Throw down some
traps.
That was what's it called? The magical barrier shield thing.
Oh, you're low on health.
There we go. I can take a potion right there.
That was not bad.
Okay, so the rogues can open up locked doors. I can open up magical doors. So that's also a reason why you want to kind of mix up the teams a bit.
Let's hope we won't need Zodiac's class.
It looks like there's a... Is there another door down here? How are we opening this door, guys?
I've
There's
heard
Zodiac.
rumors of a collection of old Tevinter scrolls, which could shed light on the magic of the breach. I've taken the liberty of sending a group to recover the scrolls before they are stolen or destroyed.
The quicker we find everything, the quicker we get out of here.
So we need to find scrolls.
I am your key. Delivered into silence!
Are they marked on the map?
I don't think so.
No. Because you see like a question mark and 2 other ones
Yeah.
on the mini-map.
Give these guys a bit of shield there.
Creators have mercy on you.
Ah, so I guess... No, maybe not.
Come!
Okay, so this is where we need a warrior to bash through this.
There we go.
The Inquisition steps in. Always something.
At least there is one thing we can agree upon.
Event complete, bonus gold acquired. So we got the scrolls, now we just need to defeat all the hostile forces.
This guy's tough. I'll heal up these guys or shield them up.
This one's dead, I think.
Teamwork. And it's nice too, it looks like it's the shared loot, so if somebody loots it, everybody gets it, so you don't all have to kind of run around in one big...
Yeah, so there's no loot whoring going on.
Yeah. It looks like our friends are...
Famously.
Okay, locate the door to advance.
Looks like there's a door here.
Yep.
So I'm guessing these doors are kind of checkpoints. That's why Zodiac also popped up suddenly, because you get pulled ahead to be with the group once they... Oh, and here's a little checkpoint as well. So we get full health
It
and...
would be prudent to plan the attack.
Why are you looking at me?
That's all there is.
Yeah, very talkative. Slightly paranoid.
Yeah, but not really talking to each other. It's just everybody's
Doing their own
spewing
thing.
out lines.
Delivered into silence!
Deliver into silence.
Come!
Come! Progress.
Bash it.
So take it like these doors are kind of bonus areas for bonus items and so on. So.
Die!
Oh, behind you.
Oh, it's not a... Nope, that's not a friendly. It's a one too.
Namalana Saline!
Hit him in the face. There we go.
You are not as bad as I feared.
So when we get back, does anyone fancy a drink at the tavern? That's what friends do, right?
Somebody missed some loot there.
Yeah, they're just leaving it behind for you to pick up. They know we'll get it anyway.
I'm always hitting that one guy. You get both of them.
Well, it's their fault for not standing close enough together.
Yeah.
Let's not let this go to our...
That's right. Let's not let this get too on.
I am smiling behind my mask.
Nope, another checkpoint here, looks like. So this is interesting. I was actually under the impression that it was a multiplayer where you were kind of just defending an area from hordes of enemies.
Yeah.
But there was definitely like you're progressing through.
Yeah, it's like an actual mission.
Yeah.
With information about the Inquisition's political adversaries. The enemy wants this individual dead, and we need to make sure that does not happen.
Let's see if I can get more than.
Please help me.
There we go. Got 2.
Oh, Inquisition informant.
Myself dead for sure. They must still be out there.
He's losing a lot of
can't
health.
leave if they're still
Where is
out
he?
there.
I don't know. The blue is he the guy?
Over there.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Here. Here. Three.
Oh yeah, he's calling out for a kick.
Three.
Zodiac.
Zodiac just went down.
Oh wait, Zodiac is down.
Yeah, Zodiac is down, and here comes a whole
that's why.
Mess of enemies.
I wonder if he was down when we left him earlier on.
Oh, so a party member falls and the enemies grow stronger.
Oh shit. So now we don't have a warrior to break up the door.
Nope.
Well, no bonus for us.
Look.
Yeah, we're running.
Yeah, we're a bit past, but I don't know. It's
let's see. It doesn't look like there's that much left.
No. Let's move on. We just left the informant behind, by the way. Oh no, he's following us, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he's there.
All right. I'm guessing our friend will come back once we hit the...
I don't like this.
Eliminate guardians to break the seal.
Ooh. I died quickly.
Whoa.
Some
barely touched you.
I can still fight.
I can still fight? How? I guess if they pick me up, I can.
Hey, informant.
Hey, what's that?
Why is he just fighting?
I don't know, and the last guy is only just now. Yeah, it looks like this is going to be it, unless our guy
It's
here.
co-op, like without the co-op part of it.
There we go. So now I actually enter this.
Yeah, until they reach the next checkpoint. Which is highly unlikely.
Yeah, this guy is trying to pick someone up now.
Ah, in the back of the head.
Well, I guess this is the
fitting end.
Fitting end. Operation failed, as many operations go in our live streams here when it comes to multiplayer. So yeah.
Yeah, so that's been a little peek at Dragon Age Inquisitions. If you joined late, let me just tell you, we started out on the Xbox, started out a new character there, showed a little bit of the beginning, then we jumped over to a save that you had on the PS4 further on in the game. And
so if you missed it, check out the replay if you want to check out some of the beginning.
Exactly. yeah, thanks for joining, thanks for watching, thanks for being in the chat. Join us tomorrow for news and GR Friday nights, Call of Duty, Advanced Warfare. I will be here playing on the PC and hopefully won't make a fool out of myself. Then, if I quickly jump over to what we have going on next week. Let's load this up. Yes, Monday is WWE 2K15 with Nick, hopefully feeling better, and I think Jonas Mackie joining through Google Hangouts. Going to be playing some wrestling. I love saying it like that. Watch South Park if you don't know why I do that. Tuesday we'll be playing Skylanders Swap Force, or Nick will be, rather. Wednesday I'm going to be here with Depth. Also, all of you that have given codes to the game, please come and join, and we'll have some nice aquatic action between sharks and scuba divers. I love that concept. Thursday, I'll be playing Alien Isolation on the PC, and then next Friday is news, and again, Call of Duty GR Friday nights on the PS4. So, there you have it. Again, thanks for joining, and thank you for being here, Philip.
No problem.
Pleasure as always, and see you guys on the flip side.